Chess has become a way of life for these avid players. The 4th annual Cordisco Memorial Chess Championship drew about a dozen men from across the state this weekend to compete for a $1,000 prize. Competitors say although it doesn't sound or look like much is going on when you're watching, they say the players are actually burning calories from thinking so hard and are also learning skills that will help them succeed outside of this weekend's tournament.
It helps you with your concentration, it helps you make decisions, and it helps you to realize that actions have consequences, both good and bad.
Chess in the grammar schools is what really should happen a lot more. And it engages the mind in ways differently than, say, computer games.
Cordisco's Corner Store hosts monthly tournaments.
This is the Petrosian International Chess Tournament. It's a memorial tournament from November 4th through November 11th, 2014. A lot of great players in this one. Grishuk, Aronian, Kramnik, Karyakin, just to name a few. It's a great tournament, and I hope you enjoy the games. Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Round 1 of the Petrosian Memorial. Remember, Petrosian was former world champion. This is the 2014 edition between two world-class players. White is Aronian from Armenia, former number 2 in the world, and Boris Gelfand from Israel, former world championship challenger. Let's get to it. It's going to be Tarsh. Knight F6, pretty much standard stuff. E6, D5, C takes, E takes, bishop pins the knight, C takes, knight takes, and he has to go bishop D7. And black's in pretty good shape here. I think he's got an equal game. Computer's got a minute advantage for white, but we'll call it equal. So this is pretty good. We're on move 8. And it's an equal position for black already. So obviously, Boris Gelfand is notorious for being one of the great individuals that studies and works at chess. New opening theory, new ideas. Boris is from the old school. That Bob Vinnick said, if you work hard at your chess, it'll pay you back. And Boris is a perfect example of that. He's in his mid-40s and he's still playing this world-class chess. Castles, bishop D6, B3, castles, bishop B2. That's a pretty good diagonal right there for that bishop. Be honest with you, pretty good. Rook E8. What do you do with the knights? Do you leave it there? He moves that knight back. He's trying to get the diagonal open, I think. And at the same time, if knight takes, and that knight's in a good spot. Bishop E5. Hitting the knight again. Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes, bishop A4. He's got a tiny advantage for black, but I think white's okay here, to be honest with you. I don't see a problem at all. That bishop's a little weird, though, on A4. He's going to have trouble getting out, but right now he's serving a purpose. C5, of course he takes. Get rid of that awkward bishop. Queen takes. Rook C1. White's a little cramped, but I don't think it's anything really serious. Rook C8. Black wants to go C4 to get that passed pawn. Queen to D2. Rook comes back. That move there, computer like D4. And I do as well. Queen to D6 now. You went rook E to E8. You brought the other rook over. What to do, what to do. Queen to B7 for Gelfand. Now minute advantage for white. They've been going back and forth here. It's pretty much an even game so far. Got to get that knight up. Goes to C3. He's ganging up. The computer did that. He's ganging up on black's D pawn. C4. Pawn takes. Now those of you that were wondering, instead of pawn takes, if he played knight takes, and after knight takes, rook takes, pawn takes, knight f6, 2 pieces for a pawn, white is doomed. After bishop takes, d takes, now he's got his passed pawn. He's isolated though, but he's got it coming down the c file. Rook b1, driving the queen away. Queen e7. Queen d6, looking to trade queens, and he does. This is tough. How is white going to go after the black c pawn there with that knight, which, by the way, the knight's a very good blockader of pawns, the knight on c3. One is, how is white going to go after that c pawn? And two, what is black going to do to defend it? Knight e4, hitting the knight and the rook. He has to take. Rook takes. Now we're down to a simple double rook ending. Rook c6. And of course we know why he can't take. Of course, if he takes, it's mate. Black goes rook back. Rook takes, rook takes. It's a drawn game now. Theory goes that white can bring his king up, try to go after this pawn. But what will happen is he'll end up losing at least 2 of these over here. King over, rook, king, rook, rook b2, rook a5, hitting the pawn, king comes up, rook a4, c3. Now, I like that for black. White takes that pawn, rook takes a2, and he's going to run with that a pawn. King e2, king comes over, h5, king d3, rook a3. Of course, rook takes a2. We go back to running a pawn again. King c4, a5. It's tough to say what to do here. Computer likes king d4, but he decides to go g3. Not as good as rook takes. So after rook takes, f4, rook takes, and black's got a winning ending. After g3, king g7, king comes up, f4, king f6, king comes up, rook. We can tell this is going to draw here. e4. But Aronian's still pushing. e7 for Gelfand. King e5 for Aronian. Rook a3 to guard the pawn. h4. f6 check. King comes over. King f7. e5. King e7. You wouldn't want to take, because after pawn takes, you got to pass pawn. King e7, e6, rook a4, rook takes, check, king e8, f7, rook to d2 check, king c5, f5. And that's where they drew it. It's a pretty instructive rook pawn ending. Rook to f6 is the choice for the computer for white. Anyway, folks, that's the game from the Petrosian Memorial 2014 round 1. 2 world-class players. It's a respectable result considering the strength of both. Anyway, folks, I want you all to remember, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.
Why not? No, I can't. I'm not going to do it. Be over real quick.
I'll lose my job, okay?
Please.
No. Shh.
you $10.
Oh, no.
I'll be real quick.
Do it.
Oh, please.
$20. You better be quick.
And Brett Tate wins the game for the Brisbane Broncos in Golden Point.